All right, everybody. Hi, everybody. Today we're working on lesson number 23, professional business documents, and then a lot of the skills in this assignment you've done in the past with creating tables and adjusting the size of the columns and the widths. But this assignment's useful because it shows you different type, like what kind of business documents there are. We've already gone over a memorandum in the previous assignment, but you're going to see other types of business documents in this assignment. So let's start. Let me just zoom out of this so that we have a full view. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to skip number 1, 2, and 3 because it's just about saving and using default settings. And I'm going to go to 4, which is change line spacing to single with no additional spacing. So I'm going to go to paragraph. And I'm going to double check that it's single spacing, and I'm making sure there's no spaces before or after paragraph. So it should say add a space because now there's no space. Now we are on step number 5. Insert a header that has your name left line, the lesson number, and so I'm going to skip that because that's just all the header stuff that we've been doing before. And then I'm going to move to number 6. On the first line of the document, type the heading text types business documents. And then they want me to right align it. So paragraph, and then the right align is right here. Okay, so it's right aligned. On the first line of the document, type. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong line. The first line of the documents, type of this documents. Oh, and enter. Sorry. So this is still just left line. Okay. So now I'm on number 7, which is insert a table with 3 columns, 4 rows. Then type the text into the table as shown as figure 23. So 3 columns, 4 rows. So I go here, enter. I'm going to go to insert, table, 3 columns, and 4 rows. So it's 3 on the top and then 4 rows on the side. Okay, and then they want me to type this information. So the top is blank, then this part says block, style, business letter. The second one is news release. The next one is resume. And then I'm going to the bottom, MLA style report. The middle is newsletter. And then at the end, memorandum. So you're going to learn about all of these different types of business documents. Okay, so I just copied the text, and that was step number 7. So I'm going to go to step number 8. Bold and center align the text in the table. So I'm going to highlight the whole table, go to the home tab, make this bigger so I can see. I need to bold it and I need to center align it. So there's centering it. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it back to this side so I can see. Okay, now I need to change the height of rows 1 and 3 to 3.75. So row 1. So I'm in row 1 right now. My cursor had clicked in the first cell. Let me make this bigger so I can see should be layout. Yeah, I'm in layout tab, and then they want the height to be 3.75. Enter. And then row 3. So this is row 1, and then row 3. The height also needs to be 3.75. Enter. Okay, so now it looks like this. So I'm going to make this smaller, and I'm going to look at the bottom. So it looks the same. Yep, it looks about the same. Okay, so now number 10 is using the internet, find an image for each of the corresponding business documents and insert into the appropriate cell in the table. Hint, use wrap text feature as needed to adjust the placement of your images. So I need to find all these different types of documents and paste it into this area. And I got to wrap text it so that it could be able to move. Change the font size of the heading text to 24 bold and center aligned. So I'm going to do that at the end. Resize the images so they fit properly. Carefully proofread. Okay, so they want to make sure the images fit into these sections properly, and then they want to make sure this one is center aligned. So I highlighted it, I center aligned it. It needs to be bold and 24. So I go to font, it needs to be bold and then 24 size. I'm just doing this early. Okay, and then now I need to find these type of documents. So the first one's a block style letter. So I have to open up a tab and find a block style letter block style business letter. So you could copy this or you could type it into the search box. I went to Google and then I just looked block letter or block style business letter. So this is what a block style business letter looks like, where there's a block right here. There's no indentation. This is a bad looking image. It doesn't look nice. Maybe this is a good example. The images are not very good. Oh, this one. All right, this one's pretty big. So I'm going to right click and copy the image. And then we're going to this cell and I'm going to paste it. Oops. Sorry. I'm just going to press Control V. So I paste it and it's really large. So I got to change the size, make it smaller. To make it smaller, you can use the corners and then drag it in to make it smaller to make sure that it fits within that cell. Okay. They want you to use wrap text so it fits within. So I could go to layout. Sorry, not layout.
You want banana?
No, oh, I'm sorry. I have to go to picture format. So I'm picture format and I need to wrap the text. So I'm going to wrap text in front of the text and now I can drag it around anywhere I want. So I'm just going to make it in the middle. Okay, so that's a business block style business letter. The second document's a news release. So again, I just go to Google. I type in news release or sorry, document news release document. Okay, so I just look at what a news release would look like. So here's a news release. These are all news release examples. So you just get a copy of one, copy an image.
Okay.
And then go back to here. I'm in that cell, paste it. Okay, it's super big. So again, I'm going to adjust the size by just shrinking the corners. Okay, and then I'm going to change the picture format. So I'm in the format tab, wrap text in front of text. And then I can move it around and adjust the size. I want to make sure it's within that square. Resume. So again, you go to tab. I need a resume. Oh, yes, I looked at a resume. Okay, so I'm gonna go look for a resume. So I'm looking for a resume. Here, there's a resume. Copy the image. I'm over here, and then I'm gonna paste the image. Okay, and again, you just have to keep adjusting.
Miss, so for each of these boxes, we just find a picture, like just type into Google block style business letter and just take a picture?
Yeah, all you do is take a picture and then, I mean, you want to take note of what it looks like. The whole purpose is so you could see what it looks like. But that's it. And then you just copy it. Yeah, so I'm just kind of repeating the steps. I'm going to stop after this. So you know, like this is what a block style letter, this is news release, a resume typically looks like this, Amway cell report, etc., etc. Okay. So I just did 3 examples for you. And that's how you do lesson, what lesson is this? Lesson 23. Okay, so now I'm going to stop here and then I'm going to move to doing this on Google Docs. So let me go over here, Google Docs. Right. So I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to bring this to the side and I'm going to open up a Google Doc and drag it to Google Doc to the side. Okay, and then I'm going to change the viewer, the scale of the view so that I can see everything. There we go. I'm at 50%. I'll put 60%. Sorry, 60%. Okay, that's close enough. All right, so let me bring up the document. Okay, so I'm going to start over. So we are on Google. We're on lesson 23 again, and I'm doing the same lesson, but on Google Docs for anybody who's working on Google Docs. So the purpose of this, I'm just going to repeat myself, but the purpose of this assignment is so you could research different professional business documents and see how it looks. A lot of the skills that you've done before, a lot of the skills we're doing, the main skill in this assignment is creating a table and then changing the sizing of the cells and then looking up what each business document looks like. Okay, so I'm going to skip number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and move to number 6, which says on the first line of the document, type the heading text, types of business documents. So I'm going to type in types of business documents. Okay, oops, that was a typo. I press enter. Now, what's nice about Google Docs is it's defaulted as single. Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry. I was supposed to default this as single or change this to single and then no adding any space. So it's just single space. Okay. Now I need to create a table with 3 rows, three columns and 4 rows. So I go to insert, table, 3 columns, so 3 at the top, 4 rows on the side. There we go. Now I need to go to figure 23, which is right here, and then copy the text in the specific rows. So the second row is block style. Hold on. Okay. Again, a lot of interruptions at home. But anyways, block style business letter, news release, resume. Okay, now I'm going to the last one, and it says MLA style report, news. We got memorandum. Okay. Back up to the directions. And they want me in step number 8 to bold and center align the text in the table. So all of the text, I'm just going to highlight the whole table. And I'm going to go to here, I'm going to bold it. And then they want me to center align it, so I'm going to put it in the center. Okay, so now I'm going to go to step number 9, which asks me to change the height of the rows to rows 1 and 3. So this is the first row and the third row to 3.75. So I'm in the first row, I'm going to right click and I go to table properties and I want to change the row height. So the height here is 3.75. Enter. So now it made it to 3.75. Now I'm going to highlight the third row, right click, table properties, and then again, click the minimum height row, and it's 3.75. Enter, and then it makes it look like this. So it's going to look the same as what you see in the bottom. Okay. All right, so now what they want you to do is they want you to find an image for each type of business document. So your goal is to research these business documents to see what they look like, and you're going to paste it in here. Okay, I'm going to move to step 11 though, really quickly. And they want me to change this font size of the header or the heading text to 24 point and bold. So I'm just going to do that really quick. So 24 point and then bold and center lined. Okay. And then there should be no space right there. So I'm going to delete that space. I did accidentally. Okay, so now they want me to do a picture for each one. So I'm going to give you an example of just a couple of them. So I'm going to go to a tab, and then I went to Google, and then I just searched up block style business letter. Enter, and you're looking at images, and you're just trying to find an example of a block style. So notice here, block style, there's no indentation. The text looks like a big block. So here are all some examples of what a block style letter business document looks like. So I'm just gonna find one that I like. So this one's good. I'm gonna right click, copy it, go back to this space, and then press Control V for paste. And then it nicely puts it the size that I want. The assignment actually suggests you to use wrap text because they want you to resize the images so that it fits in here. And when you wrap text, so wrap texting and wrap images, when you click the image, the wrap for Google Docs is this button, and it lets you move the thing around. So you could do that, and that's totally fine, but Google automatically makes the picture the size to fit in the cell. So you technically don't have to do that. I mean, if you want to, you can, so that it fits exactly in the middle. So you can do that, or you could leave it as is, and that's fine. I just put wrap text just to demonstrate. Okay, now I'm going to do news release. So I looked up, I'm on Google, I look up news release. I'm looking for an example, so I'm just gonna use this one. I right click, copy, I go here, right click, and I paste it. Or you could press Control V. Okay, it's all the way at the bottom. So again, maybe I want to wrap text it. See, that's the trouble with Google. Now it made it disappear. So I'm gonna unwrap text that. So I think for Google, you might not even want to wrap text it because it automatically makes the image small anyways. Oops. It's reloading. So it just shows up. And then for the last example, resume. So here, I'm just going to look up resume. Example. Okay, I'm just going to pick this one. Right click, copy. See how large this image is? It's 2000. So I go back here and I press Control V on my keyboard to paste it, and it just automatically makes it the size I want. So if you do this assignment on Google, it's actually a little less work than if you did on Microsoft. Okay, I'm not going to show you the last 3 just because it's the same steps over and over again. But your document should look something like this, where you have the business document types in each box. Okay, and then let me just check the directions to see if I finished everything. So I resized images. So the images were resized automatically for Google Docs. Carefully proofread, save any changes, and you don't have different. Okay, so here's what the document looks like on Microsoft Word. And then finally, here's what the document looks like on Google Docs. And that's it for lesson 23. types of business documents.